Smart Mouth Beauty. I'm Heather and this is my sister Holly. And today's video we are going to talk about shampoo myths.
Yes.
With a professional hairdresser.
That would be me.
Wow. I think there are a lot of shampoo myths. I mean, now that you made this list and so I'm reading down the list, there's a lot.
These are questions that we've gotten from YouTube or Instagram, and most of them just come from the hair salon. I get asked so much about shampoo. The thing I do want to say is did you know I'm not a retail salon?
I do know that. Not anymore.
Right. For the past 3 years, I do zero retail. So when I talk to my clients about shampoo, it's authentically talking about shampoo. I can recommend whatever I feel like.
Right. It's not like if you go into an Aveda salon or a Paul Mitchell salon where they want to push that brand. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, if that's what you do, that's what you do. But you don't have any kind of bias towards particular brands.
Right. I'm not being paid by anybody to sponsor a brand or to sell a brand or anything, which I think has really given me a lot more free range to talk to clients about drugstore shampoo, because they might save up for their budget to be able to come and afford to get a good haircut. And then they have to say, wow, I don't have any money left over for a good shampoo. What do you recommend at the drugstore? So I can actually recommend at the drugstore. I can recommend high-end, low-end, Amazon, or another hair salon. Go and get something at somebody else's hair salon. It doesn't matter in my pocketbook whatsoever.
Well,
so let's clear up some
let's do that
today.
Well, I have a question before we even get into the list. Then
you're going off the list.
I am going rogue. I'm going off the list. This may be edited later, but
be breezy.
Well, if you don't have a brand that you sell in your salon, then how do you choose a shampoo at your shampoo bar?
Okay, it's called back bar shampoo.
Okay.
Back bar. I get what I want.
Okay, because you've used it personally, that you've used in your shower, and that you think that your clients would like. Yes,
when I'm choosing my back bar products, I'm getting something, of course, for color treated hair. I feel like I have a fuzz on my lip. I feel it. Oh, got it. Do you see that?
Yeah, and I'm good. Okay.
I choose something for the back bar for color treated, because 90% of my clients definitely get color at the hair salon. So I'm definitely going to reach for something that's good for color treated hair, because it's fresh colored, fresh, lightened or darkened or deposited or whatever. So I usually do kind of top end, and it has to smell good. If it doesn't smell good, don't put it on your head.
Well, and I
think
it is part of the experience. And I think you bring up a really good point, which is not listed on your list, your listy list, is there is a myth about using shampoo for color treated hair. I have color treated hair, and I'm always super careful about what I buy to use on my hair because it needs to be colored. Is that a myth or a fact?
I think it depends on, when we talk about color treated hair, we have two different types of color treated hair. We have lightened hair that's color treated. Lightening hair isn't actually a color. That can be a little dry. And then you have deposited color, where you're depositing color over non-pigmented hair.
I may or may not have both of those. Well, yeah.
Or you have a double process person where you deposit and lighten all in the same thing. She's complicated.
But it's so pretty.
So I definitely think that you do need to have good quality shampoo, so it's not pulling out the color or drying and stripping the hair. But I think we can get into that. But
okay.
I think, to answer her question, I don't think that the shampoo has to say color treated.
Oh, really?
I just think it needs to be a good shampoo.
Okay.
And I think you can really buy good shampoo at the drugstore and good shampoo not at drugstore, high-end.
Okay. Well, let's get started on her little listy list here. Talk to me about the shampoo myths, drugstore versus salon.
Okay. So hairdressers that are watching this are going to absolutely kill me, but we are taught to endorse a product. Like I said before, I've gotten out of that rat race. I I unfortunately know that when you're talking with your distributor with high-end salon shampoos, like you had mentioned, Aveda, they will brainwash you to make you portray that this is the only place you can buy this product.
Oh.
And you can't, even if you might see something out there in the drugstore, it's not the same.
That may have been true at one time. Like
It
maybe
may
like
have
30
been
years
true.
ago that might have been true.
But I do feel like the company, Aveda is not actually in a drugstore, so let's pick on TG. We've all heard of Bedhead. TG was a salon exclusive product for many, many years, and now you can see it at Walgreens, Kroger, CVS, whatever, Rite Aid. So TG has the right to sell wherever they want to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I feel like, why would they dilute or harm their product or change their
Right, it's their
product
reputation
to sell in the
It's-
drugstore?
Right.
I don't feel like that happens. I feel like you can confidently walk into Target, drugstore, whatever, and if you want to buy a
Paul
TG
Mitchell or
Paul
something. Yeah,
Mitchell,
that's now in the drugstore.
get it.
Right. It's not going to be the full line probably of their product,
Right.
but I've seen Paul Mitchell there and
So-
Redken and a bunch of other
Redken, yes,
types
course.
of
Frederick Fekai's at Target. Don't let your hairdresser bully or pressure
Talk you
you
into it.
buying it from them. That's helping their pocketbook, and I get it. The markup is astronomical. I was exclusive with a particular product that came from Australia, O&M, which was an amazing line. It's a beautiful line. My cost alone for a shampoo was $20. So for me to try to make any money off that shampoo, you'd have to sell it for $30. That's
it
ridiculous.
started out as
Yes.
expensive to you, so then you have to pass that cost along to your client,
I
and you just
couldn't
weren't feeling
imagine
it.
asking $30 for a shampoo. It just doesn't register to me.
So
there's that.
are you saying that? I think people get really confused, and I think that people, unfortunately, they think that a drugstore shampoo isn't going to be as good as a shampoo maybe that they could buy at Ulta or at a salon or Sephora or something.
Absolutely. I mean, we can even go down, we can drop down to a L'Oreal. I'm a huge fan of L'Oreal
Me too.
hair products.
Yeah.
It is a wonderful company. They are very up on the cutting edge of ingredients. You can definitely find something in the L'Oreal price point range. When we actually talk about good versus bad, we're actually talking about the surfactant ingredient, which will it's also on our list to talk about lather, but that's also something that we need to address with drugstore versus salon. There are many FDA approved surfactants. What is a surfactant?
I don't know.
That wasn't on the list?
I don't see it on the list.
Okay, a surfactant is an emulsifying agent. The surfactant is going to go onto your hair with a lather. It's going to actually absorb some of those oil molecules into the water so that you can rinse it down the drain. This was actually a huge innovation back in the 1930s with shampoo. Before that, it wasn't very lathery. They were using harsh detergents and harsh lye soap. A surfactant is something that attracts the oil up out of your hair into the water molecule and wash it down the drain. This is good and bad. This is great back in the 1930s or last year, whatever.
Like a dirty head.
Right, when they don't wash but every few weeks.
Once a week or whatever, yeah.
So, because it was just hard to do. I mean, you just don't get in the shower and you just don't have a handheld blow dryer. It was a whole big thing. So, so technology has come along and they have approved many surfactant agents. It's the cleansing agent. It doesn't necessarily have to lather to be working, but that's a whole other thing.
And that's the next thing on our list. It's if I can't, when you have long hair, if I can't get a good lather, then I just put more. And I am going in, and if I
Because
get more,
it makes you
I'll
feel
use
like
a
it's
half a
working.
thing. Exactly. It's psychological, and I don't feel like if I don't get enough lather and get it good and foamy, like a foam afro. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, it's got to be like, I use a lot of shampoo because it's psychological, because I think that I'm not getting my hair clean. But you're about to tell me that I'm wrong.
Well, right, you are, just because when we think of the surfactant, it doesn't have to be that harsh. Let's go back to what the surfactant does really quick, and think about why it's a good and bad thing. When you strip your hair of oil that has been there for a week, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. If you're washing every day,
right,
you're constantly
drying it out.
Yes, because the surfactant doesn't know, is this oil buildup? Is this fresh oil? Is this natural oil versus a product buildup of oil? There's it doesn't know. It doesn't know. So when you're washing your hair over and over and over, you're actually drying out your scalp and you're drying out your hair, which kind of is another whole myth. Do you have to wash your hair every day?
Honey, let me tell you something. I hate washing my hair.
I do too. It's
and
so
I
annoying.
don't know what my problem is, because I didn't always feel like that. I think I'm just old, and I take my bath at night, and by the time I get in the tub, I'm exhausted, and I like to put my hair up and take my bath and go to bed. But every 2 to 3 days, I try to go 3 days if I can. Every 3 days I wash my hair. My boyfriend cannot understand, for love nor money,
guys don't
why I don't wash my hair every day. I'm like, honey, if I wash my hair every day, given the fact that it's very thin, it's very fine, I have practically baby hair, and then it's color treated.
Double color treated.
Double color treated.
He needs to watch this video.
He does
to
need to watch
understand.
this video.
Double color treated.
You're in charge of that.
High maintenance.
It would be like straw.
Yeah, it would be stupid.
My hair would feel like straw. And like, he acts like he's icked out that I don't wash my hair every day.
Are you sweaty?
No! Like, it doesn't look like I exert any energy at all. Give me a break.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into sitting around and looking pretty, but I'm hardly sweating, okay?
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, if I were to go to the gym and work out, or if I'm working in the yard or painting the kitchen, that's a whole different thing. But every day, going to work and coming home and going to work and coming home, I think less is more. I think less
and you
washing
have
is more.
acclimated your scalp to that sequence. There are so many people say that their hair is so oily they could never not go. And now I'm not saying it wouldn't be really gross and really difficult.
You need to get a hack
for weeks, but it absolutely can. I have actually stretched mine now for that third day. I have gotten my scalp, to acclimate to that third day. I think 3 days for us is the limit, because our hair is fine and limpy, and it does perk up.
If I had super thick, curly, textured hair, I bet I could go like 4 or 5 days.
Well, and Miss Valerie, I think she does go 5, but she's got that Italian, thick, coarse, wiry, dry naturally, and she doesn't get sweaty. So I do have many clients that have that 5 day, which is so wonderful. But I do think you just need to get into the routine that's best for you and your hair type.
Right. So talk to me then, if we're not washing our hair every day, do you use a dry shampoo?
Absolutely. The second day, I necessarily don't have to, but by the third day, I am using something to absorb. It's not necessarily oil, but it's shiny. Like, my root will get kind of shiny looking, and so I have been known to try, I've tried all kinds of stuff. Baby powder is wonderful, and you know what I did figured out the other day?
I thought you weren't learning anything new. That's a side joke.
I have an old powder brush, like a makeup applicator powder brush, and I will use that to apply baby powder or any kind of other oil absorbing powder onto my hair. So I'll split my hair and then dab that brush and kind of walk that brush across my part line that's shiny, and it doesn't show up. It will lighten it for a second, and then I can go in and do a scrubbing motion. I have been testing. You all are going to think it's gross. You're going to think this is really weird, but I've been experimenting with other types of oil absorbing powder, foot powder. there is a couple of foot powders out
I
there
can see that.
that are oil absorbing. They actually have less talc in it, and it has less white in it, and it absorbs really, really quickly. So quick tip of the day, baby powder, foot powder. You can even do just a translucent mattifying powder in like a compact.
Mm-hmm. See, I hate dry shampoo, so I may have to try like the baby powder thing, because I think I have some.
Right. With
but
the
it's like,
applicator.
With the applicator, right? To fill it, not do it. Okay.
Right. Don't do like this with it. No.
Because dry shampoo, I think my problem with it, and I've bought 2 or 3 different kinds over the years, and I think my main beef with it is the smell.
Yes.
I ain't feeling that.
I have tried several brands. Baptiste, Tresemme.
Yeah, and I tried something else. I can't remember the brand.
TG has one.
I mean, I threw it out because I can't. It's this, and it's not just you apply it and it smells bad. It's that you apply it and it smells bad, and you're just going to smell like that all day.
Right.
And then maybe I'm just getting the wrong product, or maybe
agree.
I'm using it in the wrong way. But for me, I don't use any kind of dry shampoo or the powder. I mean, I'm day 1 hair done, down.
Right.
Day 2 hair down. Girl, you know what, day 3, because my
Sassy
hair up. It's up
Sassy
because
done.
I just.
Can I give you a tip?
Yes.
Okay, so I have ventured away from the dry shampoo. I've been playing with the baby powders, whatever. I've also been using a dry texture powder or spray, dry texture spray. I like that better than dry shampoo. There's a couple that I've picked up at the drugstore, dry texture spray. That's
Okay.
that's what it needs to say. And I will lift that up second day, get it up in there, do a little back combing, and fluff it out. So maybe you should be trying a dry texture spray instead of the.
I should try that.
Okay.
So we need to keep moving along. This video is going to be forever. So talk to me about, can your hair, a myth is, can your hair get used to a particular shampoo?
Yes and no.
Okay.
You know, here is the thing you need to think about. There are certain shampoos out there that say smoothing, like if you have a little frizzy hair, it's a smoothing product. Well, the only way it's going to smooth is if it coats it with something.
Okay.
If you think about Pantene, and there's a lot of other shampoos that are not called Pantene that are promoting smoothing that have panthenol wax in it. Panthenol wax. So what do we
that's an
think
ingredient
of?
that we need to look for?
Yes.
Okay.
You and I would not benefit from panthenol wax because it's going to be too heavy and our hair's already limp. But someone who needs smoothing, who has really thick, coarse, dry hair, would benefit with that ingredient of panthenol wax. However, to the question, after 3 weeks of washing with panthenol wax, you got to strip it off. I've had clients that say, oh, this smoothing shampoo was really great for the first month, and now my hair's like, pfft. And I'm like,
because you've had product buildup.
a clarifying shampoo.
Okay.
So this is the yes and no. I strongly recommend, don't be afraid of a clarifying shampoo. Even with somebody with color-treated hair, can use a clarifying shampoo. But how often? Once every 2 weeks?
No, because I don't use a lot of product in my hair.
Right. We're right.
Anyway,
right.
I just don't. And I use my clarifying shampoo when I get an appointment with this one. Like the night before.
That's a great tip.
I use I use Neutrogena. It's in a clear bottle, clarifying shampoo. And it smells good, and I just feel like I'm getting gunk out, even though I really don't have any product buildup. But and then I try not to use any product. I dry my hair and then I come see you the next day.
Right. That is a great tip. If you're a product junkie, or if you're not a product junkie and you know you're going into a hair appointment, try to do a clarifying shampoo so the color can sit directly onto your hair. Shampoos and products and all of that build up because they're supposed to. They're supposed to be smoothing and shine enhancing. What do you think of shine enhancing? That's silicone. So yes, can your hair get used to a product?
But it doesn't mean stop using the product.
Right.
It means maybe you need to use a clarifier, and then you can go back and you'll get the great results that you started with that product.
Okay.
Talk to me about baby shampoo.
Oh, I want to talk about this one.
Okay.
Okay. Have you all heard of, like, since we've been talking about prolonging your shampoo or prolonging between shampoo, have you heard about the no shampoo, or it's called nopoo?
I've heard of it. I've never used it.
It's really, it's on that same line, and I hate to drop another brand name, but it's the Wen, W-E-N, Wen. These two go hand in hand, so I just want to address this because I've been seeing I've seen some problems in the past, and I just want to get some education out there. The nopoo or Wen products are cleansing conditioners where you don't really use a shampoo, you just rinse your hair, apply a conditioner, kind of scrub that conditioner in, rinse that, and go. And that is wonderful for naturally curly, like our friend Heather Marcus. She's got that naturally curly hair, so she actually started doing a nopoo system. There are some very traumatizing videos and photos out there where they have some hair loss.
Oh my God.
So
Flip out.
what's happening, I need to let you all know what's happening. If you want to do the nopoo or the Wen product, I think you still need to incorporate a clarifying shampoo every once in a while, because because a conditioner does not have the surfactant in it. So the surfactant again is grabbing onto the oil, pulling it into the water, rinsing down. The conditioner doesn't have that ingredient, so you're not ever able to pull off that oil. So it's trapping the hair follicle and choking it. Your oils are building up onto your scalp.
Okay, then why would anyone ever want to use this?
Because it's conditioning for someone who has unruly frizzy hair. It absolutely gets your natural oil to disperse and lay down all this cuticle, and it's great for a while, but you can be suffocating your hair follicle. You need to exfoliate your scalp. You can do that several different ways. Scrubbing your hair with shampoo exfoliates your scalp. Brushing your hair or brushing your scalp vigorously with a soft bristle brush before you get into the shower exfoliates your scalp. And a clarifying shampoo exfoliates your scalp. You do not want to suffocate your hair follicle with too much buildup of oil. So I think that's a great idea in theory, and if you have really coarse curly hair, I would rather you just don't shampoo at all and use a little bit of a dry shampoo or whatever, and then wash your hair once a week. Wash it with regular surfactants every single week. Get rid of that natural oil. It does not need to build up.
I think for that type of product, if you're thinking about buying that, you need to check with your hairdresser, someone who knows you and knows your hair and can really help you make a decision on that, because that could get really scary like that.
It is weird.
If you have any questions about shampoos or any well, we heard this or whatever, any kind of comment or question that you have, please leave it down below, because we'd like to know what your thoughts are and your questions, and we'll try to answer them as soon as we can. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for being here.
And play with us on Instagram.
Yes, come see us on Instagram too. Links down below. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that went on for like forever.
I have a lot to say about shampoo. But was that not informative?
It was very informative. It just might have been a little bit too long. How long was that, Paul?
I don't know.
You're supposed to know these things. It's green tea. It's called orange pineapple. It's from V8. It's super tasty, and it has caffeine in it and B vitamins.
I guess I always think of V8 being like tomato juice, and I'm like, whoa.
Do you want a sippy sip? Because it's very tasty.
You don't taste the vegetable at all.
Your tongue on it. It's kind of light and fruity, right?
Yeah, I would need it colder, but yeah. I did lick it, didn't I? I'm sorry. Do you want a new straw? Let me go get you a new straw.
No.
Did you put on different lipstick?
Yes.
Okay, looks good.